Mr. Morris, you've announced an 8.2% increase in your tariffs. By how much, over the same period since your last price increase, have your unit costs in the supply business risen? What percentage?
In terms of, when you say unit costs, you're referring to the costs that I directly control that's operating my business?
No, I'm talking about your costs that you're passing on.
Well, our costs have increased by effectively 4% from a wholesale point of view, 10% from, or 6%
no,
from...
the total, has it gone up by 8% or 5% or 12%?
It's gone up by a total of effectively 8%.
So this reflects an aggregate increase in your costs?
Yes, it reflects both an aggregate increase of our costs over the first half of the year and our projection for what will happen to those over the next half of the year.
And when you say that your raw material, your wholesale costs that you're buying in, the electricity and gas have risen by 4%, is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Or they have contributed 4% to the total? Because if half your costs are your raw materials and they rise by 4%, that contributes 2% to the total.
I'm with you. Yeah, the wholesale energy proportion of the bill is roughly about half of the bill, so it's by far the largest part of the costs. So yes, in absolute terms, 4% of that would be a larger sum than a high percentage of a smaller amount. The other large proportion is the actual cost of transporting energy from the power station to customers' homes, which is of course a regulated cost, which has gone up by going up by 10%. And then the final piece...
10% in a year. The regulator has allowed it to go up by 10% in a year.
That's effectively the pass-through we have to pass through from the regulator, yes. I mean, they're obviously, as I say, regulated costs, not subject to our definition. And then the final piece is indeed, which of course is a smaller part of the bill, to your point, Mr. Lee, which is indeed the government environmental and social schemes, which have gone up by 13% and account currently for about 10% of the bill. Our concern, as you probably are well aware, is that is going to increase significantly, and we would like to see those costs off customer bills and into general taxation, which we believe to be a far fairer means of recuperating those important investments. Because right now, I'm effectively paying, on my income, the same proportion towards the cost of those schemes as somebody just above the fuel poverty line, which clearly isn't, even morally defensible. So hence, we've been very keen, and we welcome the government's decision to review that.